Hello everyone, we're going to be streaming Bughouse World Championship. There are two qualifiers going on simultaneously, Open Qualifier and the Challenger Qualifier. The Open Qualifier number 4, the last Open Qualifier, and Challenger Qualifier number 8, the last Challenger Qualifier. So, what usually happens is the Open Qualifier finishes sooner because they are 2-minute games and there are less teams playing. So probably after the Open Qualifier is over, we will get to cover the Challengers Qualifier and see a few of those games. Although it may be the case that not many people entered the Challengers Qualifier. It is late at night for people in Europe, so we will see. But given it's the last qualifier, I think there may be more teams than usual who will stay up to make the qualifier. Okay, here we go. Let's check out Bughouse Knight and Chess Brainiac. They're playing against Nighthawk 8 and Navpad. And we see we're off to a quick start. Bughouse Knight, known for playing very fast. So I would expect that Chess Brainiac and Bughouse Knight are going to be uptime most of these games, but Navpad is doing a pretty good job staying even on time with them. Chess Brainiac has a pretty good attack here. I think he should sack, and he's going to sack. Get in there. So he's used that somewhat defensively. Chess Brainiac is now defending rather than attacking. It's going to be quite difficult for him. On the other hand, Bughouse Knight has a very good position. Chess Brainiac may just stall. He's up about 4 seconds. And Bughouse Knight may be able to win at chess up this much time. Looks like he can. So I guess that was mate, given the sit, as if he interposed and queen in was mate. If he moves, we can just promote. So that's W for Bughouse Knight and Chess Brainiac. They used their time advantage to win that one. I mean, piece advantage as well, but the time advantage ultimately made it happen. Let's check out Fumatox. Fumatox and Terra87, who've played in the previous Bughouse World Championships, have not yet qualified, and they're playing against Ego Smasher and Galileo 22. Hey, PKNMP. Knight G6 was mate. Oh, okay. Time is very close here. Fumatox is mated. What's the time like? Can his partner get a W? Probably not. This extra queen isn't going to be enough. I mean, he might take this pawn, but we can just go king over. I think Ego Smasher is fine. Ego Smasher knows he's up time and he can stall. So that was round 1. Are there really only 3 rounds? Oh my god. That kind of sucks. Okay, so here is round number 2. Let's check out Charkvos. Charkvos and Tefik Messer are playing Bughouse Knight and Chess Brainiac. Hey, Swalt. Yeah, Brainiac was lucky. I hope you're doing well, Swall. So time is fairly close. Bughouse Knight has sacked his queen. Maybe queen in. And that has happened. I guess you could take one of these. Okay. This attacks and defends. I like it. This is a mate threat. Gotta watch out for, especially since the queen is on pre. So Tepik Messer is defending. I wonder if there will be like a queen trade. Chase Brainiac is up a significant amount of time. I think he's waiting until Bughouse Knight either defend a little or get somewhat of an attack. That's a free rook. So we can't take that because the knight will come in. Bughouse probably has to defend. What? Wasn't this mate? Knight up, rook in. It felt like mate. I think Chalkvoss just missed mate, but what do I know? So Tepik Messer has been winning pieces. Oh, I didn't think he could take that. But I guess there's no extra knight in hand. So this is a good way to make it work. Queen check, then queen up, maybe? Okay. Maybe just new pawn in. Or new pawn in here. Oh, pawn mates. So that is why he's sitting. Wait, doesn't this mate as well? Oh, never mind. This is the wrong queen. Okay. Still, that may be worth doing. Knight takes knight. And then throw in a rook somewhere. Especially knight takes knight, then you could throw in this check. I think Master's doing a really good job of not giving the queen and still making stuff happen. They're going for flags. And Tefik Messer gets mate. So the Chalkvoss team has won. Let me go back and see if I was blind or if there was really a missed mate. I felt like there was a mate here. Like right here. Knight check. Take the rook. And then rook mate. I think that was mate. Alright. Well, I think we're on to the next round here. Yeah, we're on to round 3. Let's check out Chess Brainiac and Bughouse Knight. They've gone 1-1 so far. I think they're gonna probably have to win this game to progress. Sack and queen to get an attack by Terra. Knight is very good. Like 2 different places for Bughouse Knight. Umatok says no knight in the chat. So he recognizes that. Chess Brainiac is going for the attack. He doesn't care about the queen. That's interesting. En passant has reeled its ugly head. Knight actually guards this square, this knight check. Oh, this looks really scary. Bishop check. And bishop. Okay, knight check might be even more precise because now new knight in. And you get to take the queen with tempo. Very strong move. Now you could go back and knight check again. Okay, we can push this pawn. I figured you'd want to get the rook involved, but maybe not. He wants to block off this escape square. And it looks like there is a knight mate. I don't know why he didn't play knight mate, but he'll do it next move. The Bughouse Knight has mate in 1 with what is in hand. Chess Brainiac needs to survive. Wait, wasn't this mate? Oh, I guess you could go back there. Time is really close. But I think Chessbrainiac could survive a few more moves anyway. You just take that, take. He has this escape square. Tournament is over. That was 3 rounds. Crazy. Well, let's see who's qualified. So I'm not sure who the number 4 qualifying team is going to be. It might be Lalo and Nutty Sack, as they only played 2 games instead of 3. Okay, but for sure, the top 3 qualifiers are Ego Smasher and Galileo, who won all 3 of their games. Charkvoss and Tepik Messer won 2 out of 3. Bughouse Knight and Chessbrainiac won 2 out of 3. And it looks like the number 4 team is going to be Lalo S and Nutty Sack, who won 1 out of 2 games. And I think because they've played less total games, that puts them ahead of Fumatox and Terra 87, who also won 1 game, but 1 out of 3. And unfortunately, Navpad's team didn't win any games. We're going to go check out the Challengers one. Okay, they're in round 3 of 5. Let's see who's in here. Looks like Alex Su and the Jersh are among the top teams here. Hey, Vasily Kimot, thanks for watching. At PKNM P, we go by the tie breaks through the chess.com Swift system. So chess.com says that the one who it lists the one that has less games as being above. So I think that's what we're going by, but check with the arbiters to be certain on that. If that were not what we're going by, then there would be a tiebreak match between the 2 teams. So Alex Su is up some time, but he's kind of given up his attack due to lack of a pawn there. His partner is winning a queen for him, though. And partner seems fairly safe. So let's just take this free queen. Now you got to watch out for knight smothered mate. I don't know if I like this move. I would have dealt with the knight mate. Even maybe sack the queen to do so. Yeah, that's mate. This game is over. Well, I guess he has to make up a little bit of time, but I mean, the Jersh has no developed pieces and only a bishop to drop. Oh, maybe it wasn't mate because he has this escape square. I still think it's really good for them, though. Like, this is covered. I mean, let's see. They could put a rook here to win the queen. I guess he probably just wants a pawn. They are down time, though. Let's see what kind of moves he could find here. Honestly, I would probably do something like this. It seems like he can go here, but then there's like discovered double check. And this is even a better discovered double check because it threatens this later. So I would probably play knight check. What are some other possibilities? You could go rook check. Okay. He's decided on rook check. This bishop is going to block things now, though, so maybe not so good. You could take this and get the queen involved. You can still do the knight thing, but it's not nearly as effective with this bishop in the way. I think knight check was a lot better. At this point, I would probably take this. Yeah, he's basically going all in, waiting for like pawns, which I think, oh, now they're just going for flag, I guess. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think Stanky Leg and Yamachi really had that game if they played it a little bit more precise. All right, let's see. Well, let's check out I Don't Like Levy Rosman versus President Loke. Sorry, and President Loke versus Russian Bear and Pris 6. This king is on the run, but so is this one. This actually defends as well as attacks. He's going all in on his attack though. Which may not be wise. That's a free dude. Oh, queen in his mate. Or he could sack a queen for nothing. That's another option. But he's ended up flagging him, so it worked out anyway. Looks like there's still one more game going here. I, the Nubius Pro, and Miami 11 Chess B play against Tehan Art and Semian 1. And it looks like this game ended in a flag. So the team with the 2000 beat the team of 1500, which was the expected result, I would say. All right. Are there any other teams we want to check out? We look at some of the top teams. So Alex Chu and the Jers are playing against I Don't Like Levy Rosman and President Loke. Unless this game ends in a draw, one of these two teams will go from undefeated to not undefeated, and the other team will keep up their streak. This will kind of determine who's first place. But to qualify, you don't need to get first place. You just need to be one of 4 teams. There's this discovered check. So this, he's just going to step away, is going to be check. I guess he's going to sack a pawn to get stuff going. That's a free pawn, but he probably wants a pawn or a knight. There's a pawn. Probably going to land on e5. Okay, he's utilizing his rook, getting some development. I like that. Pawn check. And take that. If he gets a pawn, that could land right there. If he gets a knight, there's some sack possibilities. Maybe even bishop here. I like bishop here. Cut off the rook, threaten promotion. The church seems to be holding on. President Loke is kind of relentless with his attack. Just continuing to defend. I don't think Alex Su should be waiting here. I think something should land on d8. The other option is to sack the rook, go for knight checks, or something could land on h7. This is a really odd move. I guess he's thinking if he takes, then he can promote. But it seems like a free knight. Another thing that could happen is a bishop could come here to either, or here to cut off one of these 2 rooks. I guess bishop here you could just take, but still it might deflect a very scary piece. For sure we're going to see a promotion here. So he can't take this because then it will be mate. So he has to interpose. He would like a rook to interpose. I guess the queen is going to have to come in. one of the queens is going to have to go to f8. And there might actually be a fancy mate with queen at, queen takes in here. I think it's mate. This should be a forced mate. Queen here. Okay, you can just take that. That's mate. Game should be over. Is Alex Su going to see mate in one? He does. All right. Let's check out Ethan C and Ray Hu versus Cesar and Pablo Kaspov. So mate in one is the threat, but he doesn't yet have a pawn in hand. A pawn or bishop. Oh, there's another mate threat. I'm sorry. Rook here is a mate threat. Take, take. So this is what he has to watch out for. He probably needs to block off this file somehow. But they are double sit-in, so very hard to do. Oh, there's also mate on this board, so that's another thing. So I guess they're kind of mated on both boards. All right. It's like still one game going on. So Stanky Leg and Yamachi significantly higher rated than their opponents. Maybe get this bishop in. Like pawn would also be good. If he had a pawn for b7, that would be wonderful. Obviously rook mates immediately. Oh, knight there is probably good. At the very least, he could take this bishop. Knight takes bishop, threaten knight in here. And the higher rated team is actually timed out in a winning position. We got a let's go in the chat from Ninja SWAT. Very happy to get that underdog win. PKR says there could be a tactical withdrawal if you're heavy underdog the last round. That's probably true. Yeah, I'm not sure how the organizers will determine that. All right, we need to watch some matches here. Looks like Amelia Chess is withdrawn. So let's check out this game here because it may determine who qualifies. Queen c3, I assume. Oh, we're just hanging a pawn. President Loke is on the attack. We see some weak light squares. This is a good move. It defends both of the weak light squares. I would just take this bishop. You're losing this pawn anyway, so that gets the queen out of there. Oh, that's a great move. Gets the knight in play. And that is not hanging because of the threat of the knight fork. So you need to keep at least one knight in hand for this fork. So let's just save this bishop. You can go one of these three squares. This is a very good move because it threatens this. And we're taken, yeah. That is really close to mate. So bishop will probably mate. They really want that bishop. And they're up 10 seconds. They can wait for it. No need to be hasty here. Okay, so he's just castled to help defend this rook. That seems reasonable. This maiden net is going to stay here. He can also consider, now that he's safe, he can consider queen takes knight. Knight takes rook. Possibilities there. A fancier move is like knight takes pawn, then pawn check. But I don't think you need to be very fancy. I would just take this rook. Probably with this one, actually. Knight takes, knight takes. Getting the queen involved. That's... Oh, you can take this knight. I would have pushed this one to get this rook defending it. But this still probably mates. We're going to see pawn in. Queen sack, take. This is going to be a win for Nubius Pro. Now you can even get a rook involved. Got a pawn to defend. Oh, wow. He's letting him walk down here. I don't know if that is best. He's given him real... I don't like Levy Rosman. Real chances to not get mated. Okay, tournament is over. Let's see what happened. Our top 4 teams... yeah, so we do have definitive result. Our top 4 teams are number 1, Alex Su and Pris 6. Tied for number 1 with 4 out of 5 is Russian Bear and the Jurist. Third is with also 4 out of 5, but less tiebreaker points, are I, the Nubius Pro, and my 11 Chess B. And 4th place with 3 out of 5, but more tiebreaker points than the other 3 out of 5 teams, is I Don't Like Levy Rosman and President Lok. So those are our last 4 qualifier teams. So congratulations to them. So for details about the tournament, you can see this article. I also have links available to the spreadsheet. So I doubt they're updated yet, but here is the challenger section, which will tell you what the groups are and who qualified. And similarly, we have a link for the open section to show who is qualified. That may well be updated. Let me see if there's any discussion. So I don't see any discussion about any tie breaks or anything like that. So I assume it just goes by the chess.com tie breaks. But you're right, it does encourage tactical withdrawals, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. So congratulations to the winners. Honestly, I don't recognize many of these other players that didn't qualify. I recognize Emilio Chess. I don't know where his partner is though. Maybe he joined individually or something. I guess maybe his partner went away. But they did not qualify. We do have our qualifiers. And the group stage is going to start in the next week here. The group stage, there'll be groups of 4. So there'll be 1 match per week where you'll play the 3 other teams in your group. So it's round robin. So let's see what's going on, whether there's any interesting matches to watch. Probably not. Yeah, I don't see anything particularly interesting. So I think we're going to end the stream here. We're going to look for someone to raid. Anyone has any suggestions? I'm open to suggestions. Let's see. We have Pepe Lou, Joanna Tries, and Zefcat as possibilities. But let's check the chess category first. See if there's anyone streaming variants who I'm unaware of. Don't really see any variants here. All right, let's check out people I just mentioned and see what they're doing. Oh, it looks like it looks like we should raid Zefcat. They're doing an over-the-board sibling grudge match. It's always fun to watch. So if you haven't followed yet, appreciate a follow so you get notified of my future streams. I mostly stream Bughouse. Usually I am playing, but because of the Bughouse World Championship, I'm going to be doing a lot of commentating. So we commentated all of the qualifiers. Those were the last two right there. In the group stage, the next 3 weeks, I will try to cover as many group matches as possible. However, I'm a lot busier than I was last year. So I probably won't be able to cover maybe half of them. The matches on the weekend, I will make every effort to cover all of them. Last time, half to 2/3 of the matches happened on the weekend anyway. So maybe I can cover a lot of them. But matches during the week are going to be tougher for me. Anyway, we're going to send you to Zefcat, who has been streaming chess for years. She is very good at chess, and she has 2 siblings who also play chess. So they're playing an over-the-board sibling grudge match. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, guys.